All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Chagadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great millstone, peace and salutation to the Achiam, and to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth and faith and sincerity. I'm the brother Shema Allah from the GMS Youth Camp. And this lesson, we're going to be going into this news article right here. As you can see the title, it says Russia confirms World War III coming soon after Biden green lights long-range missile strikes. And this is from naturalnews.com. And like I said, I'm going to get into this article real quick. And all of this, man, it's just prophecy just coming to pass. That's all it is. Because at the end of the day, America, which is Babylon, the great in the scriptures, has to be destroyed, right? But it's going to be a series of events. It's going to be theatrical, right? The way these things happen. And, because the Most High likes theatrics. And, you have him controlling the modern elites, and they're going to be having certain plans and making certain things happen to get the people riled up and make this and that happen, right? So, man, things are gonna happen like this, but the end goal is for this place to be out of there. All right. And seeing news like this means that we are closer, to getting to the kingdom of heaven, right? Or to the return of Yahushua. Just like he told, the disciples what to look for. And he basically told them to when it's wars and when you hear wars and rumors of wars, right? It's not the end yet, right? But, that's kind of when an indicator that he's close to returning, all right? But let's just read some of this. Might just read this whole thing. It says, months remain until President-elect Donald Trump is inaugurated, which means President Joe Biden can still do a lot of damage on the world stage, particularly concerning Russia, right? And we know that the elites are behind everything and that this man is not acting on his own. So any choices or anything this man makes, right, he's being controlled to do these things, right? Because we already see that this man is he losing his mind, or he's lost his mind. It's not there anymore, all right? And he's not fit to be in a leadership position, okay? Whether it's an act or not, I don't know. I don't personally believe it's an act, but it's just... all this is just funny, man. It's funny, okay? The elites are just playing a game, bro. It says lawmakers in Moscow are responding to the news that Biden just authorized Kyiv to use long-range U.S. missiles inside Russia, one of the world's premier nuclear powers. What could go wrong? All right, this is an act of war. Biden gave Ukraine the authority, basically, hey, you can use our missiles to shoot over there. All right, so it's like shit. The Russians can't tell the difference between y'all and the United States, because shit, y'all might as well be on the front line shooting the missiles then if you're gonna let them use it. So it's like, hey, the USA has entered into the war. All right. It says Vladimir D., the first deputy head of the Russian Upper House's International Affairs Committee, told the TASS media outlet that what Biden just did represents a very big step towards the start of World War III. The West had decided on such a level of escalation that it could end with the Ukrainian statehood and complete ruins by morning, added Andrei Kalishus, a senior member of Russia's Federation Council, also known as the upper chamber of the Russian parliament, on a Telegram messaging app. All right, so World War III is fastly approaching, and it has to come to pass. It is written in the scriptures, okay? So the decisions and the moves that are being made are all, geared towards accomplishing that goal of starting this thing off. It says Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was so thrilled about what Biden did that he celebrated with the issuance of new threats against Russia. So this guy is just making it worse, right? Today, there's a lot of talk in the media about us receiving permission for respective actions, Zelensky said, but strikes are not carried out with words. Such things are not announced. missiles will speak for themselves. They certainly will. So this man is basically just, throwing gasoline on fire. All right, and bro, it's like I said, this all is a games. It's a show, right? And it's gonna be a lot of casualties, man, when this thing actually pops off, right? But the people on the lower level are the ones that gonna be able to. They really gonna pay for it, right? These leaders, man, they the ones that be having them bunkers, and they can just run and hide off and shit like that, right? They can just do all of that, all right? But the actual soldiers and the civilians, and they the ones really paying for this. All right? They gotta deal with those consequences, all right? So these leaders in the presidents, this and that, they don't see the immediate effects of their decisions. All right, but when Yahushua returns, man, they're gonna see the effects of their decisions or the consequences, right? Because they're gonna be thrown in chains. It says, while it is certainly the case that some people in the United States support Zelensky in Ukraine, many do not, as evidenced by Trump receiving both the electoral and the popular vote. The American people want peace, not war. The deep state conversely wants as much as war as possible. It keeps the powers that be wealthy, the masses in poverty, and the cash flowing. But it is not what we, the people, want. It says on X, Twitter, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted that the military-industrial complex is determined to unleash World War III before my father has a chance to create peace and save lives. America is not going to be saved, bro. Sorry to tell you. I know that's your pops, man, but it's not going to happen. All right? It said talking about creating peace, save lives, right? Because Trump's whole MO is basically saving America, right? Which the scriptures say, take balm for her, she may be healed. Right? She can't be healed. The destruction is already written, so we already know the future of this place. He's not going to be able to turn it around. He says, got to lock in those trillions, Trump Jr. added about the deep state's greed. Lights be down, imbeciles. He says, commenting on what Biden did, especially after Election Day, former Director of National Intelligence, DNI, Richard Grenell, said that no one anticipated the escalation during the transition period. He said, this is as if he is launching a whole new war, Grenell added about Biden. Everything has changed now. All previous calculations are null and void and all for politics. Now that the U.S. has given a green light to Kyiv to start blasting long-range U.S.-made missiles at Russia, other countries have decided to pile on and do the same. This will only rile up Russia even more and push the world even closer towards World War III. So it's a lot of animosity in there, right? And they can be peace talks and this and that, right? But ultimately, it is not going to work, right? It is not going to work. This place is headed towards destruction. Right? It is nothing that anyone can do, no peace talks and no treaties or this, and that to reverse, the judgment that the Lord has put on this place. It says, Trump could warn Zelensky that if a single long-range missile goes off during the transition period, all peace talks could fall apart. Is that what he really wants to happen? It says, at this time, we know exactly who was writing Joe Biden's script, you see. So some people know, they kind of like, nah, man, this man, somebody is making these decisions for him. All right, he's just a puppet. It says, the American people shouldn't have to speculate about something so critical, especially now. Responding to this, another wrote that Biden has likely not done a single thing of his own volition in years. Clearly, the guy's a puppet on the string and one of the most corrupt to ever occupy the White House. Biden lied said that he would have a peaceful transition, but another, he should be removed before he causes World War III, right? This is why he says he's following the script, right? Because now it's like, all right, you've been the president, this and that, it's time for you to switch over, but now you want to go out with a bang and shit like that, right? It's just another suggestion invoking the 25th Amendment to deal with Biden, right? Which, when you go into the 25th Amendment, one of the things about it says that basically if a president is unable, to lead, basically, in so many words, right? That they can basically come and remove him, and basically the vice president will have to take over Yeah, for the remaining period. Okay. But it says now that she, Kamala, lost, they're going to attempt to sabotage Trump and along with it the world. This person added, we have to get control of this government back. Yeah, it's so many people that got a lot of hope for America, man. They just don't understand what's actually going on, right? But that's why we the prophets are here to tell you what's going to happen. Right? So, just going to get this real quick. Revelation 11:14. A second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Sorry, when you go into the scriptures, right? The scriptures talk about the different wars that happen, But Revelation, the 9th chapter goes into World War I. Okay, it goes into it and, goes into detail of, what was going on and this and that. And then the scripture just briefly mentions World War II, right? But it says that World War III is going to come. We know that World War I and World War II happened, all right? And those things were written before those events even took place. Because when you go into the book of Revelation, John the Revelator was in the Isle of Patmos, right, receiving these visions. Okay, so the third World War, right, is going to happen, and it's going to be a major war, but not like everybody else thinks it's going to be, all right, because the Lord is going to be involved in this, and His Son's going to return in the midst of all of this chaos and things that's going on. All right, so it said the third woe cometh quickly. All right, read Joel 3:1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, right, meaning save us from this captivity, turn our situation around. Okay, Judah and Jerusalem, talking about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, ultimately, right, bringing us back together. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yehoshaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment, right, over there in the Middle East, right, where all these things are going to take place, and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. So it's going to be because of what happened unto the Israelites, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. These are the true people of the Heavenly Father. And we have been through some things, right, by our oppressors. And the Lord is going to pay them back by this war, right, by destroying this place. Okay. Jump down to 9. Proclaim you this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men and let all the men of war draw near. And let them come up. So it's time for war. All right. It says, proclaim you this among the Gentiles. So the Lord is stirring this warrior or this war spirit up, right, in these different leaders and in these different nations. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I'm strong, right? So now it's about focusing on war, okay? This is the main focus. It's not about the economy. It's not about this and that, right? This is about war, all right? They're looking at this place like this place has to go, all right? So they're putting all their money into research and development and better weapon technology, better missile technology, all of these different things, right? Because they want to overcome. This is what they're preparing for. They're going all in on it. They don't got time to worry about anything else. What's the point of worrying about the economy and the agriculture and this and that? And you go to war and get wiped out. No, you got to have the best of the best. Okay? It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh, which is going to be the angels. The mighty ones are the angels. And the angels are the ones that's actually stirring up things. All right? They're the ones working on the minds of people. All right? And basically making things happen, all right? Because currently they're keeping the destruction from happening because, prophecy still got to take place, but, things still stirring up, though, all right? It says, and even during the World War III, the angels are going to return, all right, with Yahweh, right? It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fast overflow, for the wickedness is great. Right. The harvest is ripe, so it's time to cut down the crops, which basically means judgment is going to be happening. A lot of bodies are going to drop. Right. Multitudes in the valley. In the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right. Now, what's going to cause that to happen is these missiles. All right, because there's going to be so many of them shot off, it's going to cover up everything, the sun and all these different things, right? But when you go into the sun, moon, and stars, it's also going into wisdom. Right, because these people, and especially the elite, they're not going to have an answer for what's coming. They're not going to know what to do. They're going to think they're bunkers and this and that. They're mountain retreats and all these different things, right, that it's gonna save them. Right? But they're going to be confused because the way that their plans were perceived to come to pass is not going to be happening, how they thought it to be. It says that Yahweh shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. Right? And what's going to cause the heavens and the earth to shake? Those missiles. Okay. But while these missiles are coming, you're going to have Yahweh Shai coming, right, on those chariots. Okay. It says, but Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So in the midst of all this chaos, you're going to have salvation for the Lord's elect. Jeremiah 15:9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, which is talking about America, and an assembly of great nations from the north country, right? Russia and its allies, right? Because you got China, you got Iran. See, now you got North Korea that joined Russia, all right? But you're just gonna have these people that's going to basically team up with Russia, these nations, right? They're gonna click up and they're gonna go against, America. And even America's own allies are going to turn against them. That's why it says the beast shall hate the horde. They shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. All right, so this is what's going to happen. She shall be taken. She's going to be put down. She's going to be destroyed. She's going to fall. The scriptures say clearly that Babylon is going to fall. All right, and it's not going to rise up again. The arrow should be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And what are those arrows? Those nuclear missiles, or ICBMs, the intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, and they're constantly being worked on, constantly upgrading. Russia got some things, man. All right, and a lot of these different nations have nuclear capability now. All right. So now they are a threat to America. That's why I say let the weak say that I'm strong. Now they can do something. Now they can defend themselves. Now it don't matter if it's just one missile. It don't matter, just a few missiles, right? They are still a threat because any one of those things that can be shut off and damage a large portion, right, of the U.S. So it's still dangerous, no matter if they got one or however many, right? But it said that basically these things shall not miss. It said like as a mighty expert man. All right, so it's going to hit its mark. And someone who's an expert or a mighty expert, right, they didn't practice this thing for many times over and over and over again. Hey, why do you think they be running them tests and them damn drills and them missile tests and shit like that? They testing out them missiles. So, hey, when it's actually time to get down into it, man, hey, the missile going to do what they got to do. But ultimately, the Lord's Spirit is going to be in the missiles. All right. So that's a lesson, and I hope this is edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.